to welcome you to a brief press conference as we are bridging the gap between the U.S. Virgin Islands and Africa. We have a brief memorandum of understanding signing between our governor of the United States Virgin Islands, the Honorable Albert Bryan Jr., and the CEO of the Ghana Tourism Authority, Ms. Mame Efua Wajatu. So again, we'll have a few words from Mame as first. Come to the podium. Yeah, come to the podium.
Hello, everybody. Hello. It's a pleasure to be here in the first place. I was destined to be here, actually. I was just telling the governor that originally, when I was given the invitation, I wanted to send a delegation because my husband has been very sick, and we took him to India. So I was in India for like 2 weeks, and I was determined to stay to make sure he recovers before I leave. But my office said, no, we wanted the president to come, but he's not able to come, so you have to go. So I had to pack bag and baggage and come here. I mean, with all the problems with traveling, in the last few weeks, it took me like 25 hours traveling to come here, So, Mr. Governor, it's a pleasure being here in U.S. Virgin Islands. Not too long ago, I saw you in Ghana with our pretty madam and a delegation from your government, and you wanted to understand tourism in Ghana and what we can do together as Ghana and U.S. Virgin Islands. I think at that table, we reminded you that you were from Ghana and you were not Danish. If you remember, I had a deputy who gave you the whole history. And for the fact that you were sold to the USA in 1917, specifically on 31st March 1917, and when I checked, for $25 million in gold. So now it has appreciated, right? Fantastic. But anyway, what I want to say is that every black person comes from Africa. And especially you, that is your original, home. Everybody in this room looks like a sister, a cousin, an auntie, a daughter. You look so much like Ghanaians. Every one of you look like a Ghanaian. I can easily call you my cousin. I can easily call you my brother because we look alike, and the features, everything is the same, And what strikes me about you is your friendliness. And that is exactly how Ghanaians are. Ghanaians are sweet, friendly, warm, and you are exactly like that. When you travel places, the people are cold like ice, but not Virgin Islands. Thank you for your hospitality. Tourism has become the gateway to the new world, I must say. We don't only look at people coming to, visit our heritage sites, experience culture, and, other investments, but we look at you as coming back home to find a place to invest in Ghana. And that is something that we really look forward to. So for this cooperation between you and us, it's a very, very welcoming one. We are ready to have lots of exchange programs. We are ready to help you understand who an African is, who a Ghanaian is, who we are. And we want you to understand that we can only build each other because tourism has so much to offer us. What we do in Ghana is that all the communities around tourism sites, we develop the individuals around there. So the individuals around tourism sites would be given support to build tourism businesses. So like have a car rental company, have an artifact shop, have a hotel, have a restaurant. You know, when you make the community a part of tourism, when you make them stakeholders, they treasure tourism and they take good care of the tourism sites. And that is what I believe our governor would like to do here. Our governor would like everybody who is interested in tourism to invest in tourism in Virgin Islands, and we're ready to support you. Ghana has loads of things to share with you. I mean, we are the best in shea butter. When it comes to shea butter, Ghana has the best. When it comes to cocoa, we are the second largest producers of cocoa in Africa. In fact, in the world, not Africa, second largest producer of cocoa in Africa. We have a number of chocolate companies, a number of chocolate powder companies, and our chocolate is healthy. It is not synthetic at all. Anybody who eats Ghanaian chocolate will be eating 50% of proper cocoa, and cocoa is healthy. You know, apart from that, we have pure gold. And these days, we have our gold in tablets that you can carry and travel around. You can use as gift vouchers. You can use as anything you want. And of course, we have organic medicine also in Ghana. There's so much that we have. We have our creative industry that we'd like to talk about, because that is where I would like to show some more interest, or like you to generate some interest in our culture. Our theater tells our story. The reason is that our stories have been written for us, and we have been made to believe that we sold each other or we sold you. You know, it is the story that the colonizer wants us to believe, but that is not it. If you come to Ghana, meet Ghanaians, you would understand us better, because many, many, many years ago, our grandparents were distraught. Our grandparents were grieving because they had lost their children, they had lost their brothers and sisters, they had lost parents. And of course, the white man just came, took them away without permission, without respect, nothing. And, you know, took you all over the world just for their personal interest. Today, I'm sure they never imagined that today I will be here. You would have come to Ghana, and of course, a lot of, you know, African Americans or the diaspora would travel to the motherland. Because when you read the books, it tells you that we were not friends, but that is not true. We are one another, we are each other's keeper, and the most important thing is that now that we know each other, now that we are here for each other, it is better for us to trade with each other. It is better for us to invest in each other. It's better for us to develop together and, you know, move us, the Black people, to become the next powerful race in the world. Ghana has so much to offer you, and I believe that after signing the MOU with the governor, we will start having various meetings, and at those meetings, we will share with you exactly what we have and what we can do together as Ghanaians and people of the U.S. Virgin Islands. Thank you very much.
Now, Governor Bryan.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Mami Efwa Wajetu. I got it right. It is giving me great pleasure to be here today to sign an MOU that is really the beginning of a great relationship documented with West Africa. Ghana is always seen as the doorway to entire West Africa, and we have people here not only from Ghana, but also from Nigeria as well. And I wanted to make sure that we commemorate this moment so that we solidify the ties that we have here. The greatest industry in the world is tourism. Tourism is bigger than everything else. It all begins by somebody going to see what is there. I went to see, and now Ghana is coming to see what is here in the Virgin Islands. And the familial ties, the bonds are undeniable. It's like she said, when you're in Ghana, you feel like you know everybody. And I'm talking about the entire gamut of skin tones is in Ghana. I thought I would meet something different, but it looks just like the Caribbean, just like this room. All kinds of people coming to Africa. We met a Ghanaian who was a third generation Syrian that migrated there. His grandparents migrated there like 100 years ago or something. I say this to say is that tourism is our #1 industry. It's the thing that we have excelled at. It's the thing that we're good at. And we want to share our relationships and our culture with Ghana. And it keeps resonating in my head that one of the things that we should do is recreate the Middle Passage. The Middle Passage was where the slave trade moved from Ghana, West Africa, from the door of no return through the Caribbean into the United States. If you go to the African American Museum of History, when you go down to the bottom and you start in Africa, and then you work your way through the Caribbean, and then you come to the United States. When you come to the United States, I'm lost because that's in about the 1600s, and we don't get bought until 1917. So we have a lot in common with our people from Ghana, and we should, just like they said, come home to Ghana, but pass through St. Croix, yeah? Establishing those routes are important for people to see the migration, the forced migration of Africans through the Western Hemisphere. Places like Santo Domingo, which is the oldest city in the Western Hemisphere, one of the oldest cities in modern history. Christiansted is right there with it. Charlotte Amalie is a major port, and all the stuff that moved through here. Commerce, yes, but people, sugarcane and wood. So today, signing this, I am greatly honored by her presence here as the head of the Economic Tourism Authority Board, Tourism Authority in Ghana. And we're going to see a lot more things like this and a lot more trade come about as a result of this awesome partnership. So thank you, and let's get this paper signed.
There you go, Governor.
He signed first.
No, she signs first. Come. Sign both, so both of you guys will have a copy.
It's a small thing when I read it. The letter says that your part, the paper says that the contractor will come from just your side.
We need to fix it.
We need to fix it.
Okay. Thank you, everyone, for coming out today.
Let me put the dates there. Can I have the pen? Can I have the pen? Can I have the pen?
You put your date, we can put it later when we finish it.
Okay, all right, okay.
One question. You had a question? Sure.
I got a mic for you to sit down with it, but you want to sit on ready for the podium.
Sorry, we
Ready for
stand.
the podium?
You good? You can sit down. You ready?
Hold 1 second for me, please, Ernest.
Okay. Good afternoon, Governor. So, a question relative to this same partnership here. We've heard a lot of good stuff, lofty words, optimistic things. I was wondering when, do we expect to see some real action? So the individual for the bank CEO was up here, other individuals. When are we going to see some real action? When are these things supposed to take effect? You're out in January.
We good? Okay. Yeah, I think we want things to happen quickly, and that's why we're doing initial things like signing the MOU, bringing people here to see what we have and what the investment is. We had a lot of more investors coming too, and the weather, of course, is a holdup, but you kind of got to see what the landscape is. What I'm trying to do is I am trying to solidify a tradition. I am trying to, and that's why it's in, His Excellency, the President, we want him to come later on in the year. That's why this was important, because this is kind of like a fact-finding mission for the government of Ghana. And then the banks are bringing their investors, different industries that are looking for solutions. I just talked to someone who said, did you say that you're not subject to the Trump tariffs? And we want to make sure that that conversation is resounding throughout the international community as things get even worse. We're seeing more tariffs every week. So these are definitely the things that I'm not going to be able to finish. But if we create enough relationships, enough documents, enough friends, there will be a demand from the people of the Virgin Islands that we continue along this line, because it can only make sense to us. I don't see how it could not make any sense. I mean, we do so much things with Denmark. You would swear Denmark left something here for us at one point. And I hate to keep picking on Denmark, but this is the relationship that we want to solidify. Not only monetarily and economically, but spiritually and socially and ancestrally. So, yeah, I don't expect, if you were listening to Boomy this morning, it looked like something will happen next week. But I don't expect things to happen before at least the second quarter of this year.
So you are expecting some things while you're still in office?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, right now people are looking for business solutions, and you have to move quickly to take advantage of them, because of like I said last night, the water is moving fast. So, yeah, I expect to have some deals done this year. We were just talking about how fast is it to set up a Virgin Islands business. Theoretically it's fast, but is it really fast? Can we get a business in the Virgin Islands set up in 24 hours? That should be our goal. Those are the kind of questions we're going to answer, because Ghana alone has, 35 million people? 17 million. 35 million people. That's a lot of people. So we're not looking for huge wins. And then Nigeria has 200 and something million people. So when you talk about scale and scope, we only need a couple, or to really make it sing. And like Bumi was saying this morning, you kind of want to keep it a secret, because when people know how good this is, a lot of people are coming to invest.
I was given one more question, so I'm
Sure.
going to put two in one.
Yeah.
So staying on this subject a little bit, you mentioned briefly the Trump administration and its stance on immigration,
Yeah.
and all the restrictions they're placing on getting visas. You got to pay thousands of dollars. Those are the realistic things that would kind of bottleneck what you're trying to do here.
Right.
Have you given that consideration?
Absolutely, but there's amazing amount of people from Ghana already doing business in the United States. They're just looking now at how to do it. I keep referencing Bumi, who spoke this morning, because digital cash moves anywhere. It doesn't need a visa. If you're able to set up a business in the Virgin Islands from Ghana and be able to start doing what you need to do without ever stepping a foot in the country, that's it. It is amazing to me how many, when you travel outside of the US, right, it's very disconcerting in a way, because you think that the United States is it. And you think that the laws we exist under in this country are the laws of the world. But it's not like that. People are moving and doing commerce all over the world. As close as St. Vincent, I was at Nevis, the amount of business they're doing with Taiwan or China or with countries in Africa or with even Bahrain and the Arab Emirates, just doing, and you would think, wow, these are real countries in the Caribbean. When we went to Ghana, Barbados, the Prime Minister of Barbados, Mia Mottley, they already have a tomb there at the River of Tears, where they repatriated Africans who were enslaved here in Barbados and took them back. So we are behind the 8 ball. Ghanaians are in Bahamas doing business. So Access Bank is in Barbados, and they want to make their companies global. And we are and can be the first instance of some of these companies in the United States right here in the Virgin Islands. So thank you, Ernest.
All right. Anyone else with a question?
I know we're running late on the seminar, so we got to get some other people up here, but
Seeing
thank you.
none.
Thank you for those questions. All right.
And that concludes the press conference.